Alright, so like we were saying, this is going to be part 2. I actually switched my tree. I'm going to come over to this smaller oak over here. And I'm just going to do a bit of side cutting betoning. So if you guys don't know what that is, it's basically just set your knife, instead of chopping like this repeatedly, you save energy by setting your knife and using a heavier object to do all the heavy work for you. What you're essentially doing is you're essentially notching out little triangles out of the tree to get as far in as possible. So I'm not going to go all the way through this tree, because you guys know it would probably take work. But as you guys can see, this is oak, so it's going to be pretty hard. Hardest wood we have around here in this neck of the woods. You guys probably know it's a bit easier to do it on a log that's on the ground, but with a knife like this, that just bites into the wood so well. I guess my baton, just like that, is fine. You guys can see him ripping out a bit of material there. So now we're going to do the same test with the eagles. I'll just take the reins from you there, bud. Bet a baton would be nice too, but we didn't come prepared out here. So as you guys can see, that thing is just plowing through the oak. There goes your baton again. Do a bit of chopping here, which is barely possible with mine. So as you guys can see, for tree processing on a hardwood like an oak, both of these are doing quite well. For this size, it's doing quite well. For that, it's quite impressive. So, in the end, which one would be better as a quote-unquote survival knife? Well, in reality, here, if you just take up the big one there, choke up on that on the way you would skin a squirrel on that. Choke right up. So, he can choke right up to get some great skinning control. That is probably the only advantage this knife would have over that. Because that knife can do everything this can do, except for extremely fine skinning, basically.
And if you have good gloves with like a
padding on them,
coarse material, you can even choke up on the blade a bit.
Yeah, which is great because then you can do some finer skinning. So in reality, for around $10 more, there's no competition between the two. For a survival knife, for a quote-unquote survival knife, the full-size Kabar USMC wins any day compared to the Baby Bar.
A big sheath like this.
Right. And what is the advantage of that sheath compared to the leather one that this one would come with?
You don't have to take care of it as much as the leather one. It is ambidextrous, so you can put the blade in this way if you're right-handed, or this way if you're left-handed.
Right. I noticed that there's a lot of grommet holes in that too, so you can dangle a lot of things off the sheath that you wouldn't be able to do typically with the leather sheath without some modifications.
And the sheath has a locking mechanism, so it's kind of tricky to get it out at first, but
pop that out, works nice. It's a much more tactical and an overall better survival knife than the Baby Bar. I'm thinking that the Baby Bar, this small one here, is nothing more than a good shelf item. I mean, it'll work for carving, but other than that, it's a good skinner, a good carver. But for bushcraft or survival, I just think that if you're going to choose between this one and this one, if you're having a bit of a debate, go full size for $10 more. Still doesn't weigh that much, and I think you're getting better off it. So we're going to continue with a bit more videos here, a bit more competitive stuff. We're moving up to the SE and the Becker, a bit more robust knives next. So we're going to do those right after this, and we'll see you guys soon. Thanks for watching.